Okay, so we have little Poco here, and what we're going to be working on today is a little bit of name attention and some, I'm going to get her ready so she understands the clicker, and then I'm going to work on some downs with Poco. She's already doing really well with her sits, and I like to keep the sits and the downs separate, so I'm going to work on just a little bit of down with her. I have a puppy that's working on being calm and quiet on the mat over there, so if you hear some barking, that's what that is. So I have a clicker. The clicker works just like saying good girl to her or yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click, and then I'm going to feed her. I'm going to kneel down because she's little. And I'm going to feed her. And the click says, I like what you're doing, and you're going to get a reward. I don't care that she's jumping up at this point. No, right there, baby. Just gonna wait for her to look at me again. And I'm gonna feed her. Nice. Feed her for that sit. As long as you're not clicking that jumping up, it doesn't matter if she jumps up after the click. And I'll feed her down with all 4 feet on the floor. Good, and one for the quiet puppy on the mat. Good. So, so now we're going to work on downs. And down to me means lay down with your elbow on the ground. And what I'm going to do is I have a piece of food in my hand, and I'm going to start her in the sit position, but without asking. So puppy physics says if the head goes up, the bottom goes down. And then once she's in that sit position, I can say down and bring my hand down to the ground. And I click, that's elbows on the ground, and I want to feed as close to the ground as possible to keep her on the ground. See how she got up? I'm just going to ask her again. I'm going to feed her right there on the ground. Feed her another one on the ground. If the bottom gets up, I'll stop feeding her. I'm going to ask again. Bottom up, I'm going to stop. See how she lifted her bottom up? Don't need that bottom to stay on the ground. Nice. So the way it is, as far as she's concerned, if she stays down, I'm going to deal out the treats like they're a deck of cards, and I'm just going to keep them coming. Good girl. Okay, nice job. And my release word is okay. So when I say okay, it means she can get up. I'm going to start again. Down. Nice. She gets up. I'm going to stop feeding her. No consequence at this point for getting up before I've released her. That's my clicker. You gonna eat that? Good. Nice. And right now I've got food in my hand. She gets up, I'm gonna stop feeding her. She'll learn very quickly that in order for me to keep feeding her, she's gonna be holding that down. We're going to ignore the puppy crying on the mat. Nice. And I'm going to try to get her to do the down with my hand with the clicker instead of the food. Good. And then I'm going to feed her with my other hand. Good. Nice. And she's holding that down a little bit longer. Nice job. Okay. Good. Very nice job, baby. Now we've got a quiet puppy over there, so a cookie to the puppy on the mat. Nice. I'm going to do it again. And so now I'm using an empty-handed lure. So now there's nothing in this hand except for the clicker. Although I'm sure it still smells good. Down. Keep the elbows on the ground. I'm going to click. There you go. Nice job. She gets up. I stop feeding her. I'm going to try to help her back to that down position. She needs to learn that good things come to dogs who down. Baby. Oops. Butt gets up. And take my hand away. Good. Nice job. And I know that her elbows aren't on the ground for this yet, but I wanted her to just keep that butt on the ground. that. I'm going to feed her low. Good, nice. Nice job, very nice. Good girl. See how she's holding that down now? Good. Okay, nice job. We're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to call it quits. You're going to keep your training sessions short. Good. Down. So she knows there's nothing in this hand. I have to get her to try that down without anything in that hand. She has to believe that she's going to get something. She says, I know it's in the other hand, Liz. Poco, come on. Good. And I'm going to feed her low. And teacher, do a nice bow. Feed her low. Good. I'm going to give her another one because she's hanging out in that position. I like that. I like that she's hanging out in that position. Good. Nice. Nice job. She gets up and I stop. Okay. And that's where we're going to end for today because, you know, short training sessions are better. And this is, we already worked on sit today. And I like to end this training session with a little bit of play. So I've got a little toy for her. I know Poco, Poco, Poco. Poco, Poco, Poco. Yay. Yay. I know it. Yay. Good girl. Okay. I know it.